Hey folks, there are three cards that make Eldrazi tokens. One of them is Kozilek's Unsealing, which is a support card from PM2. And when a creature attacks, you ingest, and at the end of your turn, you process 3, and you create an Eldrazi token and draw 3 cards. That's a pretty decent bunch of abilities for that support. Desolation Twin's been with us since almost the beginning of the game. Battle for Zendikar was the first expansion after Origin, so we're going right back to the start of Magic Puzzle Quest. Big 10/10 creature. When it enters the battlefield, summon 1 10/10 Eldrazi. So it was back before you had like hyperlink to tell you about the tokens. That's a really good card for Sarkhan Unbroken, by the way. And Benthic Anomaly, also from PM2. When this creature enters the battlefield, create X Eldrazi, where X is the number of opposing creatures. Got very excited when I first saw it, and then about 3 seconds later, realized X was never going to be a big number. You can see we've already got one on the field, and that's because I played the support that makes Eldrazi tokens previously. But now Greg has a creature, so it's worth us playing the other PM2 creature, because X is now going to be 1, the number of creatures that my opponent controls. So let's get, where is it? There we go, Benthic Anomaly at the top of my hand. Let's play that. Not worth playing it if Greg doesn't have any creatures, because X is 0 and you produce 0 tokens, which is a bit daft. There we go, so that comes down and we get 1 Eldrazi token. I maybe should have played Desolation Twin that turn. I'll play it at the end. I'll play through to the final turn to put the Desolation Twin on the board, and we can see that that makes the same token. It's always nice when you've got a newer set and a really old set to check that they do make the same tokens. Right. I think that's enough faffing around. Should we have a look at it? There it is, the Eldrazi token. So Eldrazi, it's common, would you believe? It's common, and it's 10/10. There's 3 of them here, colorless, and has the creature type Eldrazi. And that's it. You can't really ever make a big stack of them, but you don't need to, because they're so huge. I've already got a 30/30 creature, and I've hardly started putting them on the board. And there's the artwork, this fabulous, monstrous, unimaginable creature yomping through the plane of Zendikar, trashing everything. This is by Jack Wang, who did the Frog Lizard token earlier on in this series. So Jack has been introduced, and this is a nice piece of artwork from him. The Eldrazi are really interesting. The flavor text on, is it Oblivion Sower? I can't remember which one it is. The flavor text says the Eldrazi hunger without limit and consume without pause, which I think is a really good description of them. They're these unimaginable creatures from another part of the multiverse who go from plane to plane, and they consume everything in their way. And there was a phenomenal battle in the plane of Zendikar with characters like Ugin and Nahiri and lots of really familiar wizards and spellcasters that you'll be familiar with, trying to save the plane. And doing it successfully, by the way, spoilers. And there were 3 massive titans, Ulamog, Kozilek, and Emrakul. These are the big Eldrazi titans that are known. And the way they kind of operate is that sometimes you only see part of them. You don't really know what the titan's going to look like. Have a look at the Emrakul artwork and you'll understand that. And do go and read. If you've never read a Magic the Gathering novelization or any of the stories, do go and read them. They're really, really cool. But anyway, I'm banging on about the wrong thing here. I should be talking about this token. So that's the Eldrazi token. Let's just put Desolation Twin into play so we can confirm that it works. There it is. And there's the Eldrazi token. And there was Greg.